that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States.
Thousands across the country will march to get the new administration's attention. The Women's March on Washington is expected to be the biggest inauguration protest in U.S. history.
I don't think I knew how big this was going into it. Not even the size of the march, but the impact of the community that I found along the way. It was 13 of us packed into one van. Some knew each other, but for the most part we were basically strangers having various distant connections. And who would have thought that it would just take 40-some hours in a van to build a small community? We stayed in Cincinnati and DC, and both places we stayed, the hosts were people who had opened their doors and welcomed everyone, even if they only knew one of us. And with all the people we met along the way, the same kind of openness was always there.
And these are our friends from Kansas.
What you guys doing exercise?
I'm from Nashville.
Okay. I was.
If she walks, did she start walking?
There she is.
And I have never gone on a march before, and I'm really concerned about Trump's agenda. I had a friend who said that when people say they're going to do things that you don't agree with, believe them. And then I looked at the kind of people that he was appointing, and it's concerning. And so I felt like that by going to on this march, it was in solidarity with many people who care about our future.
What democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
I have been blessed with a lot of privilege in that I'm in a place where I can comfortably not be employed currently and have all this time and the resources to come out here. The people perhaps who are going to be hurt the most by this administration don't necessarily have that capacity. I think it's important for me to exercise the privilege that I do have in a way that's useful to challenge this administration that's gonna really devastate a lot of people's lives.
We are not afraid of Donald Trump!
Well, I'm here for the grandkids, for the kids' kids. It's going to be really a hard struggle to see what's going to be the outcome of this and what's going to happen with their future. I want to see positive things happen for them. And as women, we are all mothers, and we all are mothers of Mother Earth. They created us to create the world. And treat your women like they should be treated. They are your mothers. We are your mothers.
Here's the majority of America right here!
I've been an activist for about 10 years now and have stood up for a lot of things I feel very passionate about And so when this election was over and the results were in, I just all of a sudden hit me, I can't not. There was just no question about whether to or not. I mean, it was just we are going on that trip. And I don't know that it's because we think we're going to change something, but it's participating, it's engaging, it's leaning in to the unknown, and it's leaning into doubt, and it's leaning into fear, and it's leaning in to power. And I think that it hit me along the way as people were supporting us and giving well wishes that I'm not representing my own fear and unknown. I'm representing, my students. I'm representing folks who wanted to come and couldn't. I'm representing my shower friends who are going to feel the effects of this administration, whether they're undocumented or not. I just think that the poor are going to bear the brunt of some of his decisions as well. So I just realized not only the responsibility, but the honor that it is to be on this trip is probably bigger than I even fully understand. And yeah, I feel really like I'm not the one who will be the biggest, person who bears the biggest brunt of all of these decisions, but I do have a big privilege in my resources, my time, my support, and I need to use that in responsible, good ways, and that's what I was thinking about coming here, so I just feel really honored.
During the entire election process, just a string of disappointments, kind of, and I just felt like there was no way I could get involved enough that I could have an influence in a very significant capacity. And I think especially this summer, whenever I was invited to go to different protests and rallies and stuff with you all at Sheriff Brook, I felt really unsure about it because I didn't feel super passionate about the subject or the people that I would be standing up for, just because I didn't know much about it at all. And so when this came up, I felt like this was something that I really understood, and this is something I am passionate about, and this is something I am all in about.
I think I too represent all of the people that aren't able to go back home. We've had a lot of support, and people have said, I can't go, but I want you to do this for me as well. And so I think that I'm doing that. And at school, so many people have supported me as well. And I don't want to look back on my life and have people ask me oh, so tell me about the Trump election, and me not having anything to say. I think that being a part of this march is something that I want to remember for the rest of my life. It's something I'm very much proud of. We are just seeking peace.